Hello everyone, welcome back. So the wind is howling out there today, and I had planned on doing a little stuff outside, and that's not going to happen because, yeah, the wind is my nemesis. So I decided to make a little thread spool holder and bobbin holder. Right now I just have it actually in a pretty old wooden box that I had painted green when I was a kid, and I just have everything thrown in there, and it's kind of disorganized. So I said, you know what, let's make something nice. So I was sketching out some stuff on here. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but basically an inch from the end. We're looking at 8 inches long and 3.5 inches wide, and then the spacing that I came up with is, what do we got here? An 1.5 inches. So this is going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 thread spools and a whole bunch of bobbins. And what I have here is a bunch of dowels, 1/4 inch dowels for the bobbins, and then I took there's 2 of them. I thought I'd be able to really tell the difference. These 2 that I just chucked up in my drill press and sanded them down a little bit to fit the bobbins. So let's lay this out. What I have here is just a it's about a 1/2 inch, I believe. Yeah, 1/2 inch birch plywood. It's nice here. I get a little blowout on the back when I cut it, but I'm going to put felt on the bottom, so it's not going to matter. So let's lay that out on here. So we're going to go 1 inch, and then 1.5 inches, and then 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, whoa, and 1.5 inches. Stay on there, ruler. And that should come out to 1 inch on that side. All right, and then we want 1 inch on this side, and then what did I put here? 1.5 inches. Where's my mark? Right there. Okay, let me draw out that grid. I won't bore you watching that, and I'll be right back. So I got that all laid out. I'm going to grab, forcing a bit, which looks like that. That's 1/4 inch, and I'm going to drill these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes. Then I got to figure out what size hole this is, because it's not going to be a 1/4 inch. So let me get those 8 drilled first, and I'll bring you right back. All right. So we got 8 holes drilled, which will hold these. That's the small one. That's the small one. And then these will get glued in. Okay. So now I got to figure out these 2 holes. Let's see what size. Let's try a 15/16. Maybe. This one's better. What do we got there? 7/32. Let me drill a test hole 7/32. See how that fits. All right. So it ended up being the 15/64. That fits nice. Yep. All right, let me drill these 2 holes, 15/64, and I'll bring you back. All right, Let's try this again now. Put these in. Put these in. Okay. So we'll pretend we have 8 of them. And then the bobbins will go on this one. Beautiful. All right. Now, what I want to do is, that one's tight. I want to round off these edges. Hey, you know what? We can use a bobbin. So I'll just put this, duck around the camera here. And then I'll do that in all 4 corners, bring it over to my belt sander, and I'll round that off. Okay, got it nicely rounded off. Now I'm just going to do a little hand sanding, and again, it's kind of boring. So I'll put a little bit of a chamfer on the edge, lightly, make sure all the pencil marks are out, and then I'll bring you back and we'll glue these in. All right, so we got it all sanded, nice and smooth. My go-to glue for wood is Titebond. It's going to be interior, so I don't, it doesn't really matter if you get the regular stuff, but this Titebond 2 is just absolutely amazing. I've done tests with this where I've glued 2 pieces of wood together, put it in a vise, smash it with a hammer, and the wood breaks before the joint does. If you saw my little project with the terminal, that whole thing is put together with glue. There's no fasteners at all. So yeah, this is awesome stuff. So, I mean, basically now we're just going to put these pegs in. It's not rocket science. And it doesn't need a lot. And then I'll get a little wet rag. Which this one isn't wet, but just to show you. And just wipe it off. Because I'm going to end up painting this. I mean, that's all you need is just a little dab of glue. And I drilled straight through the bottom so that when I push these in, they're all going to be at the same height. All right, I'll finish that and I'll bring you back. All right, so it's all glued in. I made sure they were all lined up. Again, nothing, oh my God, critical. But, you only have to wait about maybe 30 minutes. And I've actually took stuff that was just glued together after 30 minutes over to my sander and my belt sander and sanded them, It's amazing stuff. Again, I cannot recommend this highly enough. But I'm going to let this set overnight, and then I am going to paint it, which I'll show you tomorrow, the color I picked. It's just a beige color. It's like when it's done, you almost didn't know I actually painted it. It's like a beachcomber or something or another, whatever. Just an acrylic paint. And then we'll put a clear coat over it, and then we'll put a felt bottom on the bottom, and we'll be done. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow morning, which will actually be a second from now. All right, those of you that have been around for a while, you know I didn't wait till tomorrow morning. It's been about, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half. This was the one I was going to use, Beachcomber Beige, but it's running out, so I had this warm buff. So I put a little bit on there. It's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to just dump a little bit on here. And I won't bore you watching me paint the whole thing, though, but I'm actually doing it all with a brush. Simple as that. Then I'm actually debating whether I want to put a clear coat on it. I might not. So you get the gist of it. I'll finish painting it, let it dry, and I'll bring you back. All right, so it's the next day. We got 2 coats of paint and 2 light coats of a clear on it. I'm definitely digging it. I put the felt on the bottom. I used a brown. I thought it was a nice contrast. Now I'm going to show you how I did this. Let me get... Okay. So this is the stuff I've been using for, gosh, probably, I want to say 20 years. And believe it or not, this is the same can. I mean, it's still, it just seems to never empty. And again, I'm not, I'm doing little things like this. The bottom of candle holders, and I've had videos where I showed how I use this. Although the tip is getting a little clogged up, but the trick, you turn things upside down and you spray them until the whatever's in the can, paint or in this case adhesive, until it comes out clear. You don't see it anymore. That cleans out the nozzle, but it may be time to get a new can, but it's still working. So yeah, 3M Super 77. So what I do is, let me so now we'll pretend this little piece of wood is the bottom of that. So I have a piece of felt cut. So I oversize it by a little bit. You don't want 2 or 3 inches hanging over it, okay? Just a little bit. So I'll take this, shake up my can, yeah, you see? Starting to get a little spitty. Alright, so just give that a second. Now I'm going to give you a tip. Let me pick this up and get it away from here. Because now there's adhesive all around it. Alright. Then place your piece on. It's that fast. Now for your edge, there's a couple tricks you could use. You could wax the edge. You could put a piece of painter's tape around the edge. Because if you're not careful, let me show you how I do it first though. I kind of hold it on an angle. You need a good sharp pair of scissors. And I'll just follow along. See that? And I'll get a nice straight edge. Now, if you're not careful and this folds up, it'll stick on the edge. And then it's kind of a pain in the neck to peel it off, and then you get adhesive on the edge. But if you're careful, and that's why I do not leave a huge border around the edge. I kind of try to get it, around 1/4 of an inch. It does like to stick to the scissor. Oop, I hit the wood. That's because it was splintered there. But you get the idea. Simple as that. I've tried a razor blade. The razor blade does not work as good as a scissor does. I mean, scissors are pretty awesome. Again, they got to be really sharp and just hold it at a little bit of an angle. And that's as simple as that. All right, let me get my old sewing box out so I could show you what a mess it is, and then I'll show you this thing all completed with the spools and the bobbins on it. All right, so here's my little wooden box. Pretty cool. Very well made. And there's my mess. So this is going to definitely be an upgrade. All right, let's stick some spools on there. I'm hoping if I go in the hole. Let's see if this one fits. Oh yeah. All different sizes. Put some bobbins on. So it looks like we could fit 4 bobbins on each one and 8. Check it out. I'm definitely digging it. What do y'all think? Pretty easy project. Nice and organized. And yeah, I just got to get a different kind of box, a bigger box. So there you have it, folks. My DIY thread spool and bobbin holder. Oh yeah. You know I'm going to say it. I'm sending you all much, much love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. I want to thank you for coming along. I hope it gives you some idea on what you could do at home. I think the whole thing cost me 95 cents. Not counting the scrap wood and the paint, but the dowel was like 95 cents, I believe. So yeah, very inexpensive, really easy project, and it's definitely useful. So again, thanks again, everyone. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you all are doing well, and we'll see you on the next one.